Hello friends, my name is Ashok Sijala. In this session, we learn the cookies state management client-side technique. So let us start. First, I share my laptop screen, and here uh, Microsoft Visual Studio Express for Web Edition is open. SM state management, that is a website folder. State management means you can store some information to future reference, like a cookies. Cookies is a uh, like a small bit of text that is used to store user specific information for web application. Whenever we can refer that web application, then match that cookies value, and we can assign the that web page. So that is a state management. So cookies work on the client side, and there are two types of cookies: persistent cookies and non-persistent cookies. Persistent cookies means cookies are permanent cookies stored as a text file in hard disks on the computer, so that is called persistent cookie. And non-persistent cookies means that are temporary, and they are also called in-memory cookies or session-based cookies. So there is a temporary when we can close our browser, that time that destroy that cookies. Okay, so let us take here new file, new web page. In file menu, new web form, Visual C# web form file is there, and here I give the name of file. With help of practical, we can understand the cookies concept, and here cookies demo, that is our goal, and just add, and head of the section page of the title. In HTML section we have to give our page title, and that is cookies cookie demo. And in reason tag we take one panel to container, and that id p1 run at server side. Grouping text, that is here we can use user login page, and then back color, and here we take using the pickup color option, and here some give some light color. Okay, so there is, I think, okay, so yes, now not proper, yes, now okay. So give any color, no problem. Okay, take one label, and that's id lbl un username net server side, and that text is a username, and then close the label. And take one text box, and that's id like txt un the net server side, and just close and provide one br tag, and just out. Now complete our label and text box, and copy and paste to user password. So you just say that password, that is label text, and here change the text box id txt pw, and here you can now take one button to submit our username password. It is submit, that is id run at server side, and text is a submit, and provide the formatting like font bold, that is true. Font size we have to provide, and here so many possible values there, and taking the first large, and then four color we have to provide, and that is dark blue. Just close the button, and there is no required to label, we can directly use response.write. Okay, so here our, and just this I can here take. So our first page, we can take two web page. First we have to take first page complete, and in submit button here I cover the how to create the cookies, how to add the life cycle, then how to add cookies in client machine, and then how to retry the cookies. So let us start first our point, and that's the name. Create, I give in comment, double slash is a comment line in C#. So create create a cookies. Okay, now HTTP cookies class is there, and then we provide unck username, and there are two way we can create the cookies. That is first technique, two parameterized constructor. So here first is a key, so you name that is key, and that's value you can provide in text box. So cookie work on key and appropriate value, like here you username is key, and then text box is a value of that cookie. And you can see in string name there is both are string parameter in two parameterized constructor of HTTP cookies class. Okay, now I can use in second way to create the cookies. So password pwck and then memory allocate, and here I can use only one parameterized constructor you pass. So how it's provide the value? So here pwck, that is our object or cookie name, and then value, there is a property, and assign our second text box txt pw and then text. So there is a second way. So either you can use the two parameterized constructor or one parameter and then supply your value of cookies. So that is you password is a key, and that text box value is a value of that you password key. So key and its appropriate value. So cookies store some text information to client machine. So cookie is a not secure, because main disadvantage of cookie is a user uh, if disabled, so there is not advantage of cookies. Okay, so here now first is clear. Now second we have to give add, or you can say that give life cycle of life cycle of a cookies. Okay, so how to give the life cycle? So like username ck and then expire, that is property, and here we use date time class, that is inbuilt, and now is a member, and then so many possible method is there: add days, hours, add milliseconds, add minutes, add month, add second, add ticks, and add years. So many you can store year, add year. So long life, like persistent cookie. So we can provide when date and time, that is persistent, otherwise non-persistent or temporary, like a in memory or session based cookies. Okay, so there is just add, and here I provide only 10 days, and just copy to our second cookies, and here. Okay, now day is ready. I just change the name pw. Okay, so now ready, and now then life cycle is provided. Now we can add the cookies. So here add a cookies is in client's machine. Okay, client machine. Okay. Or just you can say that add a cookies, no problem. There is a comment line, so there is no effect in our coding. So that is I just information for you how to add a cookies. So here we can use response. Response is a page dot response, and HTTP response class is written. So here response dot cookies s is there. So in HTTP class there is not s. Here is s is there, and then add method is there. So we can pass to our cookies and then just copy and paste to our second cookies. So now here I change pw. Okay, so there is our cookies name pwck password for, and then we can cover the how to retry. So retry a keys. Okay, retry a cookie just, and there we can take one string variable and that is username. So you just okay, and here request keys, and then we provide in bracket there is an index. Here watch the syntax, and just you name, there is our first cookie key, and dot value. So value is written in string, so there is no any required typecasting. And then again I take key for password and request dot keys, and bracket I just you password pass, because that is the name of second key and value. So here you you name, that is we have to provide, so that value is passing to you, and you password, that value is p store. Okay, so now we can match to like user form if condition take, and u dot equal, because there is string variable, so equal method is there, and static value I to compare, like ram is user and operator, and we have to bind, and p is password storing string variable, and here I just give Sita. Okay, so that is our goal. And response dot write, if both are matched, then we can say that voting is successfully. Otherwise, else part we can say that response dot write, and the login is paid. We can say paid. Okay, so that is our goal. So there are four concepts here covered, and how to create cookies. There are two way. Okay, so let us just summarize. UKCK, that UNCK, username cookies, that short meaning, and here two parameterized construct. First is key and then value, and second we can pass one parameter and give then set here value. pwck.value, and assign that text box value. You can also double quote static value, you can also use. Okay, in session concept there is a giving the abandon method to destroy the session, but in cookies there is no to delete any method. So here I also cover how to delete a cookies, and just in comment line, because there is no any method for delete the cookies. So here after here I just copy, and this comment line I can understand, you here just pass the 0 day, and then we can, that is statement, we can say that delete a cookies, or you can say that destroy a cookie. So that statement I just give in the idea how to delete a cookie. There is no any method of cookies class, http cookies class or cookies itself. So we can provide the DateTime.AddDays 0, so that is automatically destroyed, and there is no any specific method designed in the HTTP cookie class to destroy or delete the cookie. So there is also cover how it's deleted cookies. Now our first page design is ready. Here is our designing. Okay, and there is a coding. So now we can run our web page and check that is work perfect or not. Okay, so here cookies underscore demo, and now that's appear. I give like ram and password Sitaram. Okay, so password we have to not be first visible, then after we can. Okay, so here logging is successfully, and I can add some extra 1 2 3, so that is not match. So here logging is fail. Okay, so that is message logging is fail. Now we can hidden our password, and there is one property used in the text box. So here we can supply second text box, and that is a text mode properties there. So here so many possible values there, but here password is required, so our password is not visible. Okay, now this page is okay. Now our goal, we take the second page, and that we have to take in if condition. So here I provide the opening and closing brace. So there is a rules of programming language. Whenever one statement you can provide opening closing brace, there is no error, but there is no requirement. Okay, so that is rules. And if there is two statement, there is you can apply compulsory, like all decision statement, like if else, ladder if, nested if else, switch case, all loops for while and do while. So there is a one rules. You can, so one statement you can provide. So there is no any error, but there is no requirement. So I can first not assign here like else part. There is no require. You can provide. There is no any error. So here we can give the second web page file and just take in file menu. I take new web page file and here C# web form file is there. Can show the cookies all, and that is we give show underscore is, okay, as, so just add, and that we have to take that design, we take only one label, and that's id ldl and answer ldl answer, that is id of label, and run it server side, and then text is a like placeholder output, so we can recognize this is a label here is, and take one button to submit our print our all cookies value, name, value, and expire date we have to print first page and also create in the second page. So here the show there is a id, run at server side, and text is just show, and here also provide some font that is true, and font size that is like large, and four color, and that's we provide like dark blue. Okay, just and just close. So in this page only two control is there, here one label and then button. Okay. Okay, now we can go in our first page, complete our coding, and that is response.redirect, and we can give our second page name. We can take first, then we can give the name. Okay, show underscore cookies.ASP.Expires. So here is our name, show underscore cookies. Okay, we recently created, and now first page is ready, and then I just copy these all codes to second web page. Okay, here only. Okay. So in that here and show button, click event, so that code behind file open, and just I pass to here. I can change these all things. Okay, now we have to here in page load event. I first take one HTTP first HTTP cookies. Okay, so there is C, and okay, like CK we have to cookies. Okay, and then we have to provide like request dot cookies and our first page username pass to, and semicolon. So there is a just reference, and we can now take one if condition, if ck equal to null. Okay, so there is a null if, then we can say that like our use label tags we have to use, and that's welcome just tester. If not, if null is there, and else part we can take in label text and give welcome double quotes. Okay, welcome, and just blank, and one blank, and print the ck dot values. So that is a first page, our username is print welcome. We can provide like Ram, so welcome Ram. Okay, or you can assign any name. Okay, now we can in this page also create two cookies. So I just remove this, I give ck1, and here I give the ck2. So here also I create the two cookies, and then we have to provide ck like the username form we can in first page. Now second page we can student name. So here S name. Okay, s name is, and then we can here give static value. So here like Krishna. Okay, and here like standard of the student, and fix here I cannot give. Okay, we can also use second technique. So I just change here, and that ck2, and that's appropriate value is combining. You can also take here two text box and assign this value, but I here also cover the how to give the static value. So like BCA and SAM 6. Okay, so there is a standard. Okay, or you can say that semester. Okay, so now we can change all these things. Here I just remove, so we can easily update. So I just copy and 1 and 2. So there is also days. Okay, and that is you can understand. So I just remove, because in first page we have to how delete the cookies. So there is no any method. I just how to delete explain. So here also very easily we can update, provide same ticket 1 and 2. So there is adding, so that is creating is cover, that is give the life cycle, that is a client machine how to add, and then how to retrieve. Okay, retrieve we can print in another, not this type, we can take one loop, all we have to print. So just I copy. Okay, and can give response dot writes, some heading is there, there is one just comment line retrieve cookies. So here I all cookies, so retrieve the, okay, not the cookies. Okay, and here provide like h1, that is heading h1 to h6 in html tag. So here is detail, we can say that, or information. Okay, and just close h1 tag. Okay, and now we take other response dot write and give the heading, that is main title, and now subheading. And that first we have to provide one br tag, and then like cookies, first we have to print name, then that's values, and then we can take the expire expire date. Okay, so that is, and then we can here just take one for loop, and integer I equal to 0, then I less than request dot cookies. Okay, dot count is written to integer, so we can take directly in for loop, and I plus plus, so that type number of request how many cookies fetch, that type this for loop is repetition. And here there is no required to opening or closing brace. If you give, there is no problem, but there is no requirement, because there is only one statement. I can print all the three possible value of cookies, value, name, and expire date. So let us start, and just here also provide one er tag, so next line, and that first heading is name. So here already heading is provided up, so here not is required. So I giving the before the for loop, if you take in the heading here, then all the time is your heading is printing in for loop, that number of time repetition, like four cookie we have to create, first in two cookies username password in first page, and second secret 1 and 2 in this page. So there are 4 time heading is your printing. So here we can give above the loop, so out of the loop, so that is statement. So that is benefit, there is no heading is repetition, just value is change. Okay, now we can take this request but keys, and that is a 1D array. Here you can pass see the http cookies collection, and there is index, so that is 1D array, we can say that. And cookies of I, that is pronunciation, and then we can take the name of cookies all. Okay, that number of time for loop is repeat, and one blank for separation, and then take a second time request dot keys of I, and then you have to print values, and then one blank space for third time we can request of cookies. Okay, I just move. forward so you can look better. Yes, now cookies of I and expire. Okay, expire. So let us check to our, okay, and two short date and time and date, two short date string, two short time string. We are used to date and just parentheses. So there is a method. So now, okay, let us check here. It's yeah, okay. Now heading is ready, so we can check the spelling. Okay, but there is heading, so there is no problem. But we can check the spelling. Okay, now our second page coding is ready. So let us check any. We can copy then the alert. The change is remaining, so there is not working that page, giving the error runtime. So whenever you can copy and paste that time be alert to change all required to your web page. So there is we have to type the here, but here we can copy and paste to second to first page. So CK1, 2 is there. There is S name we have to change and give the static value STD, and here CK, yes, there is no problem. There is okay. Now here CK1, 2 is there. There is they give the life cycle, and here also good, no any problems. CK1 to add, and then we have to retrieve, and there is we can type to here, no problem. So there is all thing is ready. Okay. And this we can run the first page. So in this session I cover what is cookies. Cookie is a small bit of text information stored on the client machine. Now you can understand how it will add in the client machine. And first, how to create. So there are four concepts: how to create, how to give life cycle, how to add, and how to retrievation of cookies. And also I explained how to delete in the first page. I can also in comment line. So you can delete a cookie. So just 0 day, and there is no any specific method designed to like in session abandon method is there. But here there is cookies, HTTP cookies class. There is no any method, so you cannot destroy directly cookies. Okay, and main biggest disadvantage is user disable cookies, then there is not any advantage of cookies. So cookies are not secure. You cannot put your sensitive data and work on the client side, session work on the server side. My next upcoming video lecture I cover the session and then application. So all 6 technique of state management, I just give the name. First is a view state, then hidden form field, query string, cookies, session, and application. There are 2 is a server side, and rest of 4 is work on the client side. So now there is sufficient to this page. Now I can run our first cookies demo, and that's our login page, and run. And let us check how to print all cookies, their name and value and expire date. Okay, I just give correct. Okay, here one symbol, there is we have to text mode as a password, so like watching eyes to our password. Okay, so here be careful, so some is watching to your password, and just yes, no, okay. So here I yes, okay. Now let us check. Yes, now well, I spelling not perfect. So welcome Ram. There is our first page Ram, and now is URL change response.redirect show cookies dot, okay. And now I show all cookies. Just press okay. Now all that is H1, and then that heading that heading we can also provide the bold, so we can differentiate. So we provide the B bold tag. Okay, here first print the password, that is automatically request handle, so that we can take any chance. So first password Sitaram, then standard BCF5, and then name Krishna, then username Ram, then name Krishna, and then BCF5. So previously cookie is there same 5 because we do give the same 6. Name is same but value standard is different. So in previous I can take a demo of my student. So that time these cookies I add BCSM5. So that is also print. Okay, so how many cookies store in your machine, that also print in all cookies of this because we can take the for loop. Okay, so here I one change and that is only give the heading because all value and mix up the our heading. So here just provide the v bold tag and just close, otherwise it is give all values. So let us run this first page and then okay save and run, and also take in here panel tag. We can provide some background. Okay, not taking the panel, so here also take the panel to looking for better like p1 run at server side and grouping text. We can share say that show all cookies. Okay, that is heading, and then back color we can use, and that is we can take like pink and just close, and that close tag here and this after this button. So we can take okay, so there is no problem. Okay, now okay, so let us check now. First page I run to our output. Okay, now we can type correct password and username. So go in second page. Okay, yes, show all cookies. So that is and welcome. Yes, now our heading is differentiate and all cookies is now print. Okay, so I hope you can understand. So here I what is cookies, okay, type of cookies, persistent and non-persistent, how to create a cookies. There are two ways, give a life cycle of cookies, and how to delete a cookies also cover, and add a cookie in the client machine, retrieve a cookies. And so that is very easy to understand. So here also I create second time two cookies so you can easily understand. And here also one welcome message, that type just reference, there is a just reference. So I hope you can understand the cookies concept. Okay, so this is end of my session. Subscribe my channel Ashok C Jala Academy. Press the bell icon to never miss any update. And thanks for your watching, supporting, and sharing my video lecture. And Hare Krishna.